Coming back from the break, it's called the Business to Business Network Show. If you're just turning on your radio, we talk business, politics, and economics. We do a lot of business about real estate, but also the industry of insurance, because you have to have a homeowner's insurance policy, especially if you have a mortgage. The lender wants to make sure they're covered. And so our guest is Ray. Give us your last name. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Ray Johnson. I'm with Johnson Insurance Group.
And our co-host?
I'm Mark Moran. I'm with Renewal Restoration.
Excellent. Now, let's talk a little bit about, because we talk real estate here a lot on this show. Sometimes people don't know that if you file multiple claims on a particular house, tell us what happens.
So insurance carriers are going to look for, what type of claims you're filing and how often you're filing them. So filing a lot of claims on a home is going to make the home less desirable to the carrier, thinking there's something wrong with it, and may end up with a non-renewal or a very expensive insurance price.
Yeah. So people need to understand that if you've got a problem, before you file a claim, talk to Ray or the insurance guys first.
100%.
And then what you do is you swing over and what do you do?
If it's something that may not be too severe, call Mark, call someone, get an estimate, and see what it's going to take to fix the problem.
Yeah. And Mark, you've been out on these calls. Give us an example of some of the stuff that you've seen, just from the top of your head, from a pinhole leak in a copper pipe to something that you knew. Describe some of the stuff you've seen.
A lot of times I'm trying to look to help the homeowner so they don't have to file a claim. So, if there's pinhole leaks or there are reverse osmosis system leaks, something where you can dry it but not create too much damage in their home, I try to give them a cash price and say it's probably best if you don't file a claim.
Yeah.
Just because I understand what happens when you do file a claim.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous amount of...
it's a hit.
Yeah.
And
right.
And Ray, let's go back to that. A lot of people don't know when it comes to roofs that there needs to be some sort of record of maintenance. Explain that to the audience a little bit.
So what is going to be looked at in a claim situation when an adjuster comes out to the house is that what they're looking at has been maintained. So if you've got a roof that was, a shingle roof that had half the shingles were missing already, and a windstorm comes through and blows off the other quarter of them, there could be an exclusion based on the fact that you had not maintained that roof and that it was in bad condition to start with.
What about the tile roofs? Maintaining the felt paper underneath, the weather barrier is what it is.
It is the weather barrier. So when you replace a tile roof, it's not the tile on top that necessarily gets replaced, it's the felt underneath the roof that gets replaced.
And so people need to keep an eye on that.
Correct. When the felt goes out, that's when you're going to start having leaks and problems.
And have you been out on calls, stuff like that, for roof stuff, or how do you handle it?
Yeah, a lot of times it's their valleys. So they have the metal that goes in the valleys, and it gets clogged up with debris from birds that bring stuff over there, and it gets clogged up. And when it gets clogged up, then the water has nowhere to go. And when it has nowhere to go, then the flashing typically will give. Mm-hmm. And once it gives, then it creates a leak. So that's where a lot of the maintenance comes in, is homeowners really got to check out the valleys on the roof and get it cleaned up.
Yeah, and a valley is where the roof kind of comes together and creates kind of a V shape.
Correct.
And what happens, you're right, how many people get up on their roof? You know what I mean? You need to take the time as a homeowner, get up there and brush that out, clean that out, hose it off, because if you don't, it sits there and then all of a sudden you got the ceiling caving in. And you've probably seen ceilings drop, right?
Yeah, 9 out of probably 10 times on a tile roof, that's where it's coming from.
Right in the valley.
And typically a lot of times you'll just start to see a brown spot on the ceiling, and once you start seeing the brown spots on the ceiling, then it's a red flag. You better get up there and start figuring it out.
Yeah. Any other hints, any other coaching for the consumers?
Keep everything maintained. That's number one, and important. Even when you get a new insurance policy, the carriers are going to come out and take a look at your house, and they're going to want to see trees are cut back from the roof line. That's a big one. We get more calls on that, where the carrier sees that the trees have really grown and they're touching the roof. That's, a huge red flag.
Again, the leaves go in the valley. Go ahead.
Leaves go in the valley, or and when the windstorms come, the trees start slapping your roof, and that creates a big problem.
Yeah. So that's the key: is have a good insurance agent, and you're always looking for a new customer, free quotes, and that sort of thing.
100%. We've got 30 carriers that we deal with, so we can find the right fit for you every single time.
Let's get a phone number. How can people reach you?
Phone number 480-542-0051, or you can see our website at RayJINS, kind of my name, RayJInsuranceShortened.com.
Phone number one more time.
480-542-0051.
And
you can find us with renewalrestorationaz.com, or you can give our office a call at 602-320-9232. That's 602-320-9232.
And again, if you're in real estate, you need to have a good insurance agent, because part of making the closing come together is the mortgage companies want to see proof of insurance. And so these people that we bring on this show help the industry in general, because we do a lot of real estate interviews. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming down. I can hear the music. That means it's time for another break. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Perry. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.